Welcome to the Spotlight stage. I'm Jane. We're here to talk about Monster Hunter Outlanders, and I'm joined by Dot and Bryan. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Now, you're the development director, is that right, on Monster Hunter Outlanders? And Dot, your community
Yes,
director.
I'm the community manager from Monster Hunter Outlanders.
Fantastic. Now, for the uninitiated, just briefly, what is Monster Hunter Outlanders in a nutshell?
Well, definitely we have a lot of exciting offerings that I want to share with the audience. But in a nutshell, I would say Monster Hunter Outlanders is actually a game that deeply respects the roots of the Monster Hunter franchise, where at the same time we tap into a lot of the previously unexplored territories. For example, we have our adventure system. With our current lineup of all the adventures, we hope to bring, a different kind of hunting style to the players to experience. And it also adding a little bit of the strategic flavor to the core combat. On top of that, we also have, the squad system where you are able to team up to 4 adventures in the same squad. So let's say in our game, your hunting experience will never feel lonely.
Okay. All right, fantastic. Now, Monster Hunter Outlanders contains some familiar monsters, but also new ones, including a brand new monster just revealed at opening night live. This is your flagship monster, shall we say. What can you tell us about Ruger Aldal?
Well, thank you for bringing it up. We are also very excited about the world premiere of Ruger Elder. As you can see from the PV, it's definitely going to be, the flagship epic Elder Dragon for our title. As you can see, the monster is fully covered in this radiant light, the unique orb in our Outlanders world, and it gives this kind of majestic appearance for the monsters. And during the combat, under certain conditions, it will soar up in the sky and emit a massive amount of light and energy, creating a phenomenon called the second song.
Yes, and also I would like to say that in our main storyline, the mystery that we're discovering on the island is very closely connected with Ruger Elder. So I would expect all of our players can try on our game and explore the story of Ruger Elder and learn about it in the game, and I would hope you like it.
Awesome. Okay, now this being a mobile game, to what extent are you trying to reproduce the experience of, a non-mobile Monster Hunter game, or did you set out to make something really substantially different?
Okay, well, to tell you the truth, I would say majority of our team members, they have been long-term Monster Hunter loyal fans. So it's a blessing for them to, able to carry on this passion to their daily work. And we sincerely hope those passions can be infectious so that whoever have a hands-on to our game, they will immediately feel the love that we have for the franchise. So as I mentioned to you just now, our game actually deeply respect the root of Monster Hunter. So, which means that a lot of those classic and symbolic elements of the franchise will be well protected and preserved in our game. So you will see a lot of familiar weapons, familiar monsters. On top of that, our project team also carry on the mission to extend our love to the wider audience as much as possible. So the team also spent a lot of effort to, fine-tune some of the features to make it more accessible for non-experienced hunters. So we are very eager to see how's the reception of our players to our game.
So you've got, I would say, an eye on people who are brand new to Monster Hunter, perhaps coming to Monster Hunter Outlanders. How are you thinking about those, Monster Hunter novices?
To us, I would say, for Monster Hunter, we do want to make sure that the people will be able to have a very smooth hands-on experience to the mobile devices. And to us, the action is actually acting as the soul of the entire franchise. So to enable that, our team actually spent a lot of effort on the core combat mechanisms to make sure that all of our control mechanisms is actually designed and built with mobile device control friendly ground up. So we actually refine a lot of the controls, refine a lot of the combat mechanisms to make the entire control to feel responsive and visceral. So in our game, actually, we offer 2 different kind of control mechanisms. Okay. One is called the classic mode, which is more favored to those experienced hunters. Well, at the same time, as I mentioned, we also have adventure mode, which is a further simplified version of the control mechanism. So regardless of your game experience, we sincerely hope that everyone will be able to enjoy our game.
Can you tell us a little bit about adventure mode? You say the more kind of accessible scheme?
Yeah, sure. So in the adventure mode, we only have 3 buttons. So they are attack, react, and burst. So when the monster is not attacking or is wandering around, you just press the attack so that it will automatically use the skill sets that your adventurer can use. And then when the monster comes to attack you, at the perfect time when you press react, it will help you to use the best move to dodge the monster's attack. And then finally use burst whenever you have a time space for you to use your ultimate or something, so that just with the 3 simple buttons, everyone can hunt in a very cool way, and you can know that why people like Monster Hunter and enjoy the hunting. Yes.
Yeah, now everyone can enjoy their hunting on the go.
Okay. Would you describe it as like an easier way to play Monster Hunter, the adventure mode?
Yes. I would say it's easier, but also it's just this is as a tutorial for the people who have never played action game on mobile. And if you want to play it in a more advanced way, I would recommend you to go back to the classic mode, and you will find the fun of action game in a classic mode.
While we're on the subject of combat, I think we've got some new weapon designs to show off. We won't be able to see it, but the folks at home will be. What can you tell us about Kraitana, the seashell skewer, and the crustacean cleaver? I've seen them myself. They look really delicious, actually, like they might be buttery. Yeah, herbal and buttery. Yeah.
So you can see that from the Monster Hunter series, we always have the tradition that you get some food before you go hunting. And this is how we are inspired to design these weapons. So I would like to say here that these weapon skins, they're just purely cosmetics. Like the DLCs in the main series, they do not offer any stats. They are just for you to customize yourself and to show that, hey, you're a really interesting adventurer. And it's inspired by the fruit culture and also by the Chinese cuisines.
Oh, okay. So if you're a big fan of seafood, this is something you might want to be carrying around with you. Fantastic. What can you do in Monster Hunter Outlanders that maybe you can't do in other Monster Hunter games?
Well, for me, the best possible unique selling point for Monster Hunter Outlanders is right now only on Outlanders, you're now able to have the authentic hunting experience at any moment, anywhere. That's actually the better selling slogan for the title. You want adding something?
And also, as Bryan had just introduced, the adventurers, we have the radiant species of monsters, the Ruga Eldo, and also we have new buddies besides Palico, who everyone knows. We also have the Rutacle and Trillans to help us in the hunt. And also we have vast maps for us to explore around in Iceland, and the facilities we can build to help us to traverse through the vast maps, and more to explore in our game.
Of course. What can you tell us about Iceland as a setting, like as a location?
Yeah, so Iceland is divided into different regions according to the terrains and climates, and the monsters, they would appear in the maps according to their ecosystem designs. And you can always encounter different monsters, radiant monsters, and go into the hunt whenever you like. And also there are plenty of our field events that you can enjoy when you're exploring. So we hope you never find bored when you're around. You can always find something to do in our Iceland. And also about the main storyline, right?
Yep. Well, for us, I think actually the exploration loop is something that we value a lot, and is actually one of our key offerings.
Okay.
So for all of our adventures, whenever they want to embark on a new journey, they will face a more dangerous, but yet at the same time, very alive kind of environment. So all the players, they have to accumulate different kind of materials and resources on the go, and leveraging our crafting system to come up with different kind of facilities and gadgets. And they will be able to use this kind of tools to further enrich their exploration experience and counter for some environmental hazard.
Okay, all right. This is a free-to-play game. What can you tell us and tell the folks at home about how monetization is going to work in Outlanders?
Well, I guess this is a question a lot of players were definitely very keen to know.
Sure.
And to me, it's actually a very good opportunity for us to make this statement very clear. Monster Hunter Outlanders being a free-to-play games for any players without spend even a single penny, they will be enjoying all the core ingredients of the game, all the storylines, all the different game modes, freely. And our monetization mechanism will mainly categorize into 3 major areas. The first one is basically acquisition of the new adventures. It doesn't mean those adventures will be more powerful or stronger. It merely provide additional flavor of different hunting style for players to experience. On top of that, we also have a very rich collection of different customization and vanity options. And as Dot mentioned just now, those are pure vanity items. We have no intention to sell power in any of those. And last but not least, we also have the option such as time saver. So it merely provide the options for players to enjoy the game as they wish.
Okay, so
yeah, may I add something
please.
else? Sorry.
Yeah, no.
So speaking of the adventurer recruitment, we would say that all the adventurers, they can be acquired for free. I mean, you can definitely to exchange the Ruta coins, which is our in-game currency, with real money, and also you can earn a lot from our in-game events, so that you can always have a chance to get the adventurer you want. And also, we promise that we won't have any paid walls to any of the adventurers, so that you can get them for free.
Yeah, we are that generous. Yes. And to be honest with you, for Monster Hunter Outlanders, we are a game with a long-term guest operation ambition. So we are here to stay. So we really want to, fine-tune the game together with our entire community. So we value their inputs, we value their feedback, and together I think we will be able to make the game in a better shape in the longer term.
Okay. So in terms of the monetization being about not competitive advantage or not gameplay advantage, but cosmetics and convenience, right? Yeah. Nothing will be paywalled, nothing will be inaccessible to someone who's not spending money with you. And the content that you might access through monetization, is that a kind of season-based thing, or is it like a gacha-based thing? Like how would that work?
I would say majority of our design for those vanity items, we would like to have a seasonal kind of flavor on top of that. As I mentioned, we have a long-term kind of, seasonal updates roadmap. So for every season update, we want to have a refreshment of our seasonal themes, and we hope those customization options can have certain connection with the theme setting of that particular season. So whenever players come back to our game, they will always be able to expect and experience something new.
And you've got new content coming out Friday in the beta, is that correct?
Oh, yes.
Yeah? Oh, fantastic. Okay, now when can we expect the game to be kind of in our hands in a final form?
Our game is already open for the pre-registration at the moment. Stay tuned for future updates on our social media, and we hope that we are able to bring our game to the hands of our players, within 2026.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Bryan. Thank you, Dot. This has been Monster Hunter Outlanders. You've been watching the Gamescom stage here.